Hello everyone. We are here today doing something a bit different than Nuzlocke. Um, we I do a lot of draft leagues, so I am here going over the battles that my server has had in what we're doing is a server versus server draft league tournament. So with ZA coming out, we have all the new megas, all the new move sets, and all of that stuff from Legends ZA. And we are playing against a bunch of other Discord server leagues, uh, and basically a tournament. And week one, so basically the draft went. We had we have 10 players from each server drafting a team, and so we draft those teams, we send them in, and then every week we pick 7 people to play for us on the server against another server's 7, and we pick one of the 10 teams, and then we get matched up against another player on the server. So we're going to do... I'm basically going to go over the 7 battles that we had from my server, talk about it, what went well, what went wrong, and how we did. I would love to do these battles live for people, but I'm not always free when the battles happen. So this will probably just be an after the weekends sort of thing. So, but to start off, we first have our server member K-Traps versus... I don't know who he battled. Let me, I can probably check up here. K-Traps versus... They got rid of it. Gosh dang it. I don't know who he played on their team. Their showdown name is His Holtz. So, I've watched this. I'm gonna turn the volume down just so it's not too loud. I watched most of them live. So I know sort of what goes on, but not fully. I do have all the pace from my team about the teams they used. But we're basically going in this blind and just going to be talking about what happens and the plays. So, I believe K-Traps has Mega Chandelier, and this is probably Mega Skarmory, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is Mega Skarmory. And AZ Flowet is on the opponent's team. So, that's very... Unless I have my volume down. Could be a bit quiet. So, first turn here, they get set up Stealth Rocks. We U-turn. Oh, that's loud. We get up the terrain and U-turn again, predicting a Earth Power, and to Levitate Flygon. This is so fast. Is there a way for me to slow this down? Oh, normal. Slow. Okay. And Flygon gets the Stealth Rocks up. Here comes Mega Skarmory, and we go into Floette. It does get a Sword Stance up. That's actually good for me to know, because I have Skarmory this week to use. We go for the T-Wave to slow it down. It does have 110 speed from ZA, so that's actually pretty good stats. That Iron Head did a lot to the Meloetta. It surprised me. Do just go for a normal flamethrower here. It does kill the Sandy Shocks. And out comes the Volcanion. I would assume it's going for Steam Eruption, and we are just going to let the Meloetta die here for a free switch. We have Flygon to come back out as the Skarmory comes back out. And we do an Earthquake, so it's a good switch by them. And we U-turn again, just to get that chips. Probably another Iron Head or Drill Run. Wow. The drill one shots our boy Chandelier, and Tapu Koko comes out. I'm going to assume no switch there. We do go for Vault Switch to get the momentum back in our favor and go into Iron Treads with the speed boost. Do just go for an Ice Spinner to get rid of the Grassy Surge. And this Wood Hammer comes in hard and strong. Earthquake. Wow, what a great read by K-Traps into the Volcanion. And back comes out the Rillaboom. He really wants to get that grassy terrain. This is a Sneasler, which we T-Wave. And the Dire Claw one-shots the Tapu Koko. Back comes Iron Treads with the Quark Drive. I'm going to assume he goes back into Rillaboom. No, he just lets Sneasler go down to the Earthquake. And Rillaboom goes down to Rocks. And here's Floette. We just go for the EQ. Probably not running a Steel move. Crit Moonblast kills. And First Impression kills the Floette. So, I want to say a pretty good job by K-Traps here. Navigating, even with Stealth Rocks up, didn't even have to bring in the bundle. I think the Paralysis really helped to get after Sandy Shocks went down on Skarmory and Sneasler to control their speed. That's like one of the pluses about Koko being just so fast. I think it worked really well for K-Traps with that speed. I do think his Holtz had a bad switch into the Volcanion on that Earthquake. I don't think he was expecting an Earthquake to happen. So, I would say pretty good job by K-Traps here on that first battle of the week. So that puts us up 1-0. Like I said, it is 7 games, so it's best of 7. So basically 4 wins it. So I'm going to update the teams real quick since can I get rid of this? Okay, I can just reset these all to empty. Okay, so we do have, so our player here is Hundo. So his team is an Iron Valiant, a Crook, Crocodile, Ogerpon. It's just going to be a normal Ogerpon. Glamora, Celesteela, and Slowbro. I believe this is a Mega Slowbro, if I'm not mistaken. So there's the team for Hundo. I would say he is definitely playing a very similar team to what K-Traps has with the Tapu Koko, Iron Bundle, and Iron Moth. And the Tropicos and Landorus, just huge support. Unaware Quagsire could be really good here, just for any setup mon that we have. So, just some basic thoughts here. I mean, I think Rocks can be very helpful here, especially with Iron Moth and Tapu Koko wanting to Volt Switch. The hardest thing is that our ground type is weak to Fairy, which Tapu Koko is. So, Woo! Sorry about that, guys. That was loud. Loud, loud, loud. Okay. I'm actually going to pause real quick. So first off, we sent out Slowbro. They went Iron Crown and Vault Switch. Brings up the terrain. We do go for the T-Wave. Doesn't matter since it's an electric type. Ogre Pawn is out here. This is a U-turn. So big damage already on the Ogre Pawn and just goes into the Iron Moth with special attack. Interesting. So I would say that's probably a speed tie, if I'm not mistaken. Just goes for the Fiery Dance. Again, just sends out the Crocodile with knowing there's a chance that Fiery Dance could kill. I don't know what the roll is. Let's actually look it up. Because why not? We can do that while we're here. Crocodile. I'm just going to do a basic Croc set since I don't know fully what we are doing here. We're going to say +1 and we're plus special attack. There's terrain, electric terrain. Yeah, it looks like Fiery Dance always kills here, unless if we're a bit more, like what, do we have to be max special defense? No, but it does a lot, so. We do send the Slowbro out. In comes Quagsire. This could be just a water absorb Quag. Do just go for the Earthquake for the Iron Moth. We go Celesteela here. And they set up the Stealth Rocks on their side. Leech Seed the Quagsire. They go for a Scald. Which doesn't do a lot, doesn't burn. We're back at full. This is probably a switch by them, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Into Coco. And we go for a Giga Drain. And a Wild Charge Tapu Koko. I believe we found out this is actually a banded Tapu Koko. Which we built, I believe, ours in speed. Or in special defense and not. Again, just super good sets with being able to U-turn. That special defense drop was very unfortunate because that's what led to the kill there. Alright, and we send out the Glamora, which doesn't help with an Iron Head from the Tapu Koko. And all we have left is Iron Valiant, which isn't faster than Koko. So, very sad here. This was our second battle and first loss, and clearly didn't do too well. I mean, didn't even have to use Terapagos or Landorus, Iron Moth to even take any damage, and only one Mon below 50 because of wild charging itself. I think there was a lot of things that went bad here. Bro, did the Wi-Fi... I would say I'm streaming right now, but it looks like the Wi-Fi went out on my end. Oh no, my phone is showing that I have Wi-Fi. I mean, I'm still recording. Okay. It says we reconnected. That's okay, that's okay. There's going to be a lot we went bad. I mean, we did a lot of prep with Hundo, with mocks and looking at sets and setting up sets against this team. I did tell him to go with a different Celesteela set, but I don't think it would have made a difference here. I think there was just some misplays of like obviously Tapu Koko's going to come in on Slowbro, and do all this damage. I do, like, shout out to all the PokeTubers, United Plays, Original 151. I don't know what Rich's YouTube channel is called. Shady Penguin, Game Boy Luke, and Patters. Sorry, Rich, I don't know what your YouTube channel is called. That's my bad. I don't watch you that often. But on the high notes, I think Hundo did learn a lot here about just more prediction. That's what we talked about with him, being able to predict a bit better what's going to happen. Like, this was a very U-turn vault switch heavy battle between Iron Crown and Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko did the most damage to us. There's a reason why it's a high point mon in the draft league. It's, I believe, I can probably pull it up for us. I don't know if this is going to show up, so I'm going to drag it to pull it there. Okay. Do we have a draft board here? Yeah. So we are doing some interesting things. We're not using the abilities on Showdown because a lot of them are made up or just trying to fit them on, and there's no confirmed abilities. So we're just using the first ability slot for Megas. But like you can see here, I'm not sure actually if you guys can see. Let me, you can see right here, Tapu Koko is 50 or 19 points, and we have 90 points. So you're putting like a 6 of your points around there into just having Tapu Koko on your team. So Tapu Koko is a very good mon. Again, very hard battle, I feel like, with this Tapu Koko team. It's very well built. So we're a bit lax on Hundo. We'll see what... I know... I'm trying to remember what one he was used for. Yeah, Hundo just said, like, the mistakes he made in his play was bringing out things that may have been unnecessary and clicking moves, predicting switches that if called wrong I could lose on the spot. I also did not need defensive support that I needed in the matchup with Steela and Mega Bro. Slowbro being unable to stop Koko, as they're both weak to electric, and other defensive mons and Delmise, which I didn't bring, and was weak to Iron Moth, which he found out was choice scarfed from the post-game chat. So it was pretty good. It was really good setup by KFP4 there against Hundo. So good job by them. How do I wish there was a way I could just reset this easier. So going on to the third battle, it's currently... What the fudge? It is currently 1-1. So this next one... Who is Velcro? Velcro. Oh, this is Caesaron on the server. We'll flip him up. And he's playing Frogadier Ducklet. I don't remember exactly who he played. So he does have a Delphox team, Mega Delphox team on our end. With Fairthorn, Hydreigon, Annihilate, Gligar, and Manaphy. Okay, got those boys in for y'all. And this team, I believe, is a Mega Scolipede team, if I'm not mistaken. Which team was Caesar? Caesar on... yes, it was a Mega Scolipede team. We really wanted to get spikes up and stuff. One of the hardest things, though, is with Magic Bounce Hatterene. I'm not showing my mouse. I wonder if that's a property I have. Capture cursor. It says capture cursor. Oh, there's my cursor. Okay. So I guess we'll just jump in. So they start with a Scolipede here, and we send out Hydreigon first. Switch into Gligar, of course, and they will go for Protect. Want to get a speed boost. I think like one of the hardest things with Scolipede is that it like loses its speed stat and puts in defense from ZA from the Mega. We did have some concerns, new movesets and all that stuff. So we do have the Hatterene out here doing big things. This could definitely be Mystical Fire. So good read from Caesar to send out Delphox here. Does get this special attack drop, which is sad. But we do get a special defense drop on Hatterene. Does go for the Nuzzle to paralyze us. This is a great chance to send out Greninja on Delphox. Yep. And we get paralyzed. So it's a loss for us. We do send out the Ferrothorn. It is a flip turn Greninja. So that's great for us with Iron Barbs. And sends out Hatterene again. This is definitely Mystical Fire again. Of course we take it well. Another special attack drop. And we send a Fire Blast its way. And it crits. Now I wonder if like Fire Blast would have just killed there. I don't know if we have counts for Delphox right now. For Mega. We do. Okay. I'm just going to assume we were like max. I mean, probably speed. So let's just say max special attack here against Hatterene. I mean, we were Fire Blast. Fire Blast. How much health were you at? Wrong team. 67%. So, like, Fire Blast isn't a kill here. I mean, I doubt you were just a Assault Vest, though. Did we know what item you were? Leftovers. Okay, so crit Fire Blast just killed. Normal Fire Blast couldn't. So that crit definitely mattered there. And through the paralysis, out comes Garchomp. It's going to Scale Shot hit or crit us back. So it gets a plus speed boost but minus defense here. So a good play by him. And we go Manaphy here. And he brings out King Gambit. We do go for the Ice Beam to try and get the kill. And we get the Lucky Freeze. I definitely think that's a game changer. Like, especially if you can't dethaw, right? So we do have Choice Scarf Annihilate here. Went for Close Combat. So this is obviously a switch on us, right? So he does go for the Poltergeist. And finds out we're also Scarf on Hydreigon there. Now switches into King Gambit. That's a decent amount of damage. I don't know if that, like, that could be, we're just going to click that set, and King Gambit, is there, there's not. I'm just going to put, Uber Sword Sense here. So Dark Pulse would normally do him out that much if it's 8 special defense. So out comes the Scolipede. We U-turn here with Annihilate. And go on to Ferrothorn. Now this is the time to get our rocks up because we have killed the Hatterene, so it doesn't exist anymore. in our issues. Goes for the Fire Blast there. Of course, doesn't do a lot because we are water. And we Tail Glow on the switch. Now, this is looking good for us. He does protect to get the speed boost. Doesn't Mega here, though. And uses Gunk Shot. And we are running the Key Berry, which boosts our defense. Which can really help Manaphy out here. The nice thing, too, about Manaphy is that it just takes hits well. Just try to do some chips here with Flip Turn. And trying to bait a Scald, I believe, to unfreeze the King Gambit. But the Scald just kills anyway with that +3. And that Dark Pulse doesn't kill, but it gets to flinch. So that's all they needed. I believe he switches out of Manaphy here just for a sack. We do U-turn here. Again, we're Choice Scarf, so trying to not get stuck in any move that could be dangerous, right? So the double switch here gets you on the Poltergeist, can't attack without an item. So Manaphy goes down to the Shadow Sneak. We bring out Hydreigon again, and Scarf, Dark Pulse kill. Now this is a Greninja. I believe this Greninja was Scarf from what we could tell by the way it was moving, speed-wise. Ice Beam just did under half, so Annihilate does kill the Greninja here, and leaves Garchomp. I think that's when we find out that its Scarf is that Annihilate is slower than it. Now this really sucks, because he just Sword Stance. He knows he can't Scale Shot because of already knew where Scarf and just going for close combat and dying to Rough Skin. I think if he was able to Scale Shot there, it would have changed the game, but with Scarf Hydreigon, it can just come in and get the kill. I think Caesar did a great job of just switching and controlling the battlefield. I think getting the Hattering down first was super helpful. I think it was unlucky, it was hard with it going for Mystical Fire and Delphox being the best switch in. So Mega Delphox wasn't able to do a lot here. But I don't think we were expecting it to do a lot with Garchomp and Greninja on the other side. Those two mons, shut down Mega Delphox. So, on to the next battle. Alright. So we are up 2-1 now against our opponents. So as I'm putting in the team here, we'll talk a bit more about what this is. So I help run a server called the Pokeball Factory League. And we do draft leagues all the time in here. And we're partnered with a server called Pokemon Draft Tournaments. And they wanted to hold a server versus server draft league. So basically what we did is we did the drafts within our own leagues. So it was really nice because we just basically got to build the teams that we wanted, and then I've got an AT-AT twice. I'll deal with that later. So the PDT invited a bunch of. Oh, did I close the undrafted? I did. Or not the undrafted, the sheets. We'll pull it up real quick for y'all. The legend. Oh no, that's the. Don't want to show that off. So they're calling it the Legends Clash. So I think there's 12. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13? I can't count. 14. 8 and 6. 14. 14. So our first week was against the Glowking Battle Colosseum. I'm not going to show you any other pages because it'll probably show off how we did. Okay. Looks like it's getting solved, whatever's going on with this right now. So, we're excited to continue to partner with the Pokemon Draft Tournament League. I believe that's what, yeah, Pokemon Draft Tournaments. I do a lot of draft leagues on there, and I've really enjoyed it. I'm actually doing their undrafted league. So they have 3 divisions that draft, and then they have an undrafted division, which basically any mon that doesn't get drafted in the other divisions are able to be drafted by us. So it makes it a lot harder since a lot of the higher mons, the more powerful mons are already taken by at least someone in the 3 divisions. So we have to basically scrap for a team to battle. So, but here we have Zevin versus, I guess, showdown name Billy Pork. I don't think that's their Discord name. So we have Tinglu, Goldango, Phalanx, it's Mega Phalanx, Slowking, Thunderous, and Salamence versus their Sand team. So I think Goldango and Tinglu do pretty well here, especially with the rock types, and we can set things up pretty easily with Tinglu and block it with Goldango. Oh, turn that way down again. I don't know. Okay, so we start with Tinglu. They go Tyranitar to get that sand up, of course. It actually helps both of us out. A low kick from the Tyranitar. This is a Mega Excadrill set. So, got our boy Tingus, the Tinglu. From the mean Tingus Pingus. You know, Kristaps Porzingis, who's on the Hawks. And basketball, the Atlanta Hawks. Does switch. We both switch. He went into Hydrapple and we went into Salamence. Wow, that Fickle Beam just one-tapped Salamence there. That's crazy. So, Hydrapple does come out. Shout out to the nickname themes from my team. Just some great nicknames. So this is Mega Excadrill. I think because of how low the sand is, he decided not to send anything up. Slowking's actually pretty good here with this. What's the move? Yes, chilly reception. Gotta tell a chillingly bad joke. Get Tinglu in for free in the snow. There's no more rocks. How did rocks get away? Spin. No, Mode Breaker. Wouldn't change anything. So Tinglu goes down. We do have rocks up. We're down 6-4 right now, but I don't feel too bad about it. Here comes Hydrapple does go down on the switch, and we Mega, and we use no retreat, so we get a boost, but we cannot leave anymore. So It is a Rotom Wash coming in. This is probably and goes into Volcarona, probably for the close combat. That would be my guess. And we Rock Slide and kill the Volcarona. I think we're in a pretty good spot. I mean, he's probably going to try and close combat again. And it gets the kill. Now, I think this is great bait for Tornado. Oh no, just goes T-Tar. And we close combat again. It is a Choppleberry, but doesn't matter as it goes down. I mean, this Phalanx is so fast right now. It is so good for us. Out comes Excadrill. This is Sand Rush Excadrill, so it will be faster than us. Gets double the speed. So this is very scary here. I don't know if we have any Mons. Prankster Rain Dance. How clutch is that? Holy fudge. And out comes the Tornadus. And we Weather Ball. With the rain. That does a lot of damage. And a Dark Pulse on the Tinglu. This does have Regenerator. Out comes Excadrill again. And we Shadow Ball. Does big damage. Rain is still falling. This is still a very losable game with Mega Excadrill now. Does outspeed and Earthquake us there. That does big damage too. But we do get the kill. So Tornadus lives at 23. We just need to get 3 damage. Sadly, Tornadus is slower or faster than Thundurus. So it does get the kill. And we lose by 3%. I did talk to Zevin afterwards, after the battle. I asked him, what do you think he could have done better? And he thinks what he should have done was get the Regenerator health back on Slowking and switch in Thundurus. He believes that his Slowking would have survived a Dark Pulse from the Tornadus. We're gonna put Dark Pulse on this thing. And we were Life Orb. 52 to 61. What were we at? We were at 38. So we would have gotten 33, which would have put us at 71. Right? So there's a chance. I mean, this is max special attack almost. So. And Scald would have been enough. So just, you live and you learn. So it's 2-2 now in the league. So we're going to flip viewpoints here. I'm getting a bunch of text. We're going to switch up the team real quick. I wish there was a quicker way to do this, but there sadly is not. So we have the other Slowking. Can I type Galarian? Okay, I'm just going to put normal Slowking because... So the thing is with PokeLink, I have to use the Radical Red version, and it doesn't have some of the Mons, so it's alright. Actually, could I? Galar. There it is. Gotcha. Okay. Landorus. Bam. Gotcha. Got it. Know how it works now. Still experimenting. Because this is the one I have to put in myself because it can't detect showdown, I think. That's actually something I've been talking with the creators, and they've been asking me, what do you think you could do? Maybe there's a way we can read the showdown stuff. That'll be something they have to find out. So Normie Grill is our boy Captain Kinkles for us. So he does have Galarian Slowking, I believe it's Mega Mawile, Landorus T, Arcanine, Greninja, and Tangrowth. And this is a Mega Lopunny team with Gliscor, Pecharunt, Electrode, Hisuian Electrode, another Slowking, and Garganacl. Don't want to blow our eardrums off. So they start off by getting the Stealth Rocks up, and we Airy Spell. The Salt Cure is strong. This could be Ice Beam. We are Black Sludge. Slowking comes back out, and we Chilly Reception to get the hell out of there. And we're able to switch into Tangrowth for free. I think our only removal might be Defog Thunder or Landorus for all I know. We Leech Seed the Petchy. This could definitely be a poison move here. It does go for Parting Shot, so it's protecting the switch. Probably into Greninja would be the best switch, but we do go Glowking here, and it does get the Parting Shot off, which is alright. And back into Garganacl. Probably going to be another Salt Cure here, would be my guess. And we just Chilly Reception. Now, we're basically using it for a U-turn. I mean, our team doesn't really use the snow here. And we do Mega here, and Iron Head, and it kills the Garganacl. Garganacl can be a scary mon sometimes. This is Pecharunt. Goes for the Shadow Ball. Now, I believe so ZA does compromise for the lack of abilities with certain megas, like Mawile. It gets plus 40 attack, and so does like Metacham, and Starmie actually has 40 more stats than normal. So we believe it gets pure power or huge power. That's the prediction. As you can see, Petch does just go down to Mawile there, and Gliscor comes in and gets the kill on the back end. We do defog here and get rid of the rocks, and they set up the spikes, and we set up our rocks. So, but we are playing with abilities, so we remove the boost from those mons, except for Starmie, because we aren't using Pure Power Starmie, we're just using Illuminate Starmie, Mega Starmie. This triple axle is crazy, but the Rocky Helmet is awesome, does a lot of damage to this Mega Lopunny with Scrappy. And Sword Stance is a new move that Mega Lopunny gets, which I think really raises its viability in, especially in draft leagues. That's also the nice thing about Greninja, is that it also gets Nasty Plot now and Flip Turn, which is just huge momentum and setup for any Pokemon. Like, just having any good setup, like a +2 setup, is so good, especially with Greninja. Do go back into Slowking here. Glowking. Normal Slowking uses Future Slight and Slack Off. We T-Wave it, it gets paralyzed. And we use Airy Spell to lower that Slack Off PP. So one of the hard things now is you only have 8 PP, right, to stall with heals now, and with Eerie Spell, especially with getting paralyzed here, we just cut all of the slack off of Slowking. I think we get very lucky here with the amount of paralyzing that Slowking gets. And we avoid the T-Wave ourselves. So, it is a Slowking off. I guess it's not anymore. And we switch into Greninja. And I believe this is a kill on Slowking with Greninja's Night Slash. Now we are Life Orb Greninja, so it's pretty obvious that Electrode's going to come in here. It's going to be faster than us with that 150 base speed. Does predict the switch with the energy. I mean, Energy Ball is just a greater play with Landorus possibility, and that special defense really helps take down Landorus with Future Sight. Another switch into the Gliscor here. We do Flare Bits. Does a decent chunk. And bring a Slowking to sack. Big Earthquake. And Greninja gets the revenge kill with an Ice Punch. Now this is definitely, I believe it's Lopunny here. Lopunny is faster than Greninja. And just goes for the return kill. Now we don't know what Arcanine's item is yet. We are at 52 health. We Flare Bits. We are faster because we are probably Scarf. And we only take 8 damage and recoil. So it comes down, I mean, I thought we were going to be faster, but we are not. And a Thunderbolt does not kill the Arcanine. And we kill with recoil damage, and we die. But it is a win for us, even though it was a 0-0. It was a crazy battle. I do think Kinkles plays pretty well there. I do think if he got rid of the rocks a bit earlier, could have helped. I think one of the main issues with Upsal Deoxys is that he just stays in on Petra and let us go down. Like, we were a very physical team, and Petch could have just stalled us out with Recover. So I think Slowking was our best answer and couldn't really do anything to it to begin with its defenses. I also like same thing with Gliscor. I'm surprised an Ice Punch did that much to a Gliscor. So probably wasn't built as defensively as I would. So shout out to Captain Kinkles for the win. Alright, we are going to switch viewpoints here. So next up is our Wolf Battle. We are currently up 3-2. So we can win with this match, with this being match 6. And bring home the dub for us against the Galarian, or I believe it's the Galarian Slowking League. Glowking Battle Colosseum. Alright, so we got a Mega Charizard set here, I believe. With Great Tusk, Scream Tail, and Walking Wake. So they all get boosted in the sun. We do have a Scolipede here. And Umbreon as support. So some pretty good Mons. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully this doesn't blow out our ears. Nope. Alright, we start with Screamtail, they start with Donphan. I believe it'll just be a Stealth Rock exchange here. So, Stealth Rock's pretty big for them with us having a Charizard. And we just go for the play rough here. Try to get some damage off, we wish. And they recover. So I believe this will be a switch, maybe. No, they're probably going to go for Shadow Ball or Toxic. This is probably just a stall Jellicent to get rid of our Screamtail. We do go into Umbreon here. And they recover again. We go for Light Screen, and they Toxic us again, and we synchronize it. Pretty good. I thought this thing got Magic Bounce. Am I wrong about what abilities Umbreon gets? I can look this up on my phone real quick. Umbreon. Alright, so he does Rapid Spin. We get the Reflect up, so we have screens up. This is a Light Clay, I believe. Inner Focus, so I do see Synchronize doing well. Foul Play the Darkrai on the Switch. Doesn't do a lot as Darkrai is a special attacker. And it's subbing, probably sub Nasty Plot would be my bet. Umbreon does go down here. We do have 3 more turns of screen. So that is good for us. And Dark Pulse does nothing to Screamtail. And we're able to roar it out, the Darkrai. Now out comes Jellicent again. This is just a play rough. Do lower its attack. This is probably another recover by them would be my guess. And we wish to try and get health back. We just are missing 1 move from the set pool, right? Oh no, 2. Alright, we switch into Great Tusk on our last Reflect turn. Hopefully this isn't Scald. It is Hex. We take it well. This is taking some big toxic damage now. Now Mr. Scare does handle the screens pretty well. And it's a good switch into Chestnut. This is Mega Chestnut, the bulky boy. And we spin, get rid of our rocks. And they Rock Slide, probably predicting a switch into Charizard. And didn't get it. And we play rough. Again, does not do a lot of damage with the defense boost that Chestnut gets. Synthesis is so great. And out comes Donphan, and we Poison Jab. We're a Life Orb here. And we get the Speed Boost. And we set the Toxic Spikes up. And they set the Rocks back up. And we get another boost, Speed Boost. Another Toxic Spikes up. And they Rapid Spin. The Toxic's doing big damage to that Donphan there. Get a crit Rock Slide. And they Earthquake, which kills the Scolipede. And the Donphan goes down to Toxic from something. Who has Toxic? How did you get Toxic? And we live the Grass Knot. We prepared for the Grass Knot live from the Zeraora, where Life or Assault Vest max special defense to live that. Sadly, we do not get the rocks away. And in comes Walking Wake. Goes into Jellicent, which is Water Absorb. Back out Screamtail. Goes for Hex and it kills us. So out comes Charizard. We're going to Mega Evolve, get this Drought up for 5 turns. And use Solar Beam and almost kill the Jellicent. This does Scald us. we do live it alright, I would say. And the Jellicent does toxic damage as well. And Dark Pulse does just come in and kill Charizard. And we have a speed boosted Walking Wake here with 66 health with Photosynthesis. Hydro Steam kills the Darkrai. Here is the Chinchino. And they switch to burn a Sun turn. And Flamethrower kills the Chestnut. Sadly, we lose our speed, and we are slower than Chinchino now. Sadly, we lost there. Talked to Wolf again afterwards this game, and the one hard thing was that Flamethrower was arranged to kill the Chinchino. So if he did stay in, Hydro Steam guaranteed the kill. Flamethrower did not. But Mr. Scare made the great play of, predicting the Hydro Steam into the Chinchino and burning a Sun turn, which cost us the game because we didn't have the speed anymore for it. So, but I think Wolf played great. It was just that last turn. I think he should have just gone for the Flamethrower. It was like an above 50% chance to kill the Chinchino with the Sun up. So, sadly, I think it was just a one-play mistake. So, but like I said, you live and you learn. So, last battle here. And it's tied 3-3, so we're making this interesting. And I don't know who doesn't love interesting team tours in draft leagues. So we're going a bit ham. So this is a Mega Chestnut team with our boy Kind. Kind is another moderator on the server. And this is his first battle, as it is week 1. Hidden there is a Chi-Yu. Not sure if you can see it that well behind the Metagross. Now he has I think a pretty good what's that fudge? Jolteon save. Okay. There we go. So we got Mega Chestnut, Baxcalibur, Ursaluna, Chi-Yu, Metagross, and Jolteon. Versus an Iron Bundle, Ogerpon, Chansey, Hydreigon, Celesteela, and I believe this is a Mega Floette team. Did not go, slow. Okay. It is not Mega Floette. It is Mega Floette. Okay. So first turn, they go Ogerpon, we go our boy Baxcalibur, and we get 2 Dragon Dances up as he switched into Celesteela. Protects for that Leech Seed chip, of course. This is very scary. We don't get the kill there. Again, just going to probably protect for the Leech Seed chip. But he kind predicts it and goes for another D-Dance. Although he only has 2 turns left, but that guarantees probably a kill on another thing. And the Floette just dies with 2. Probably a protect from Celesteela again here. Just trying to get that chip again. Switches into bundle. This is a free chance to go dragon move instead because the fairy type is gone. So, great play by Kind reading that. And he just saves it because predicting the protect again. Now, this is probably just a fat chancey switch. Only does 22 damage. Definitely Eviolite, I would say. And it teleports out of here. Now this is Ogerpon Fire, the fire one. We are Guts, Flame Orb boosted. Ursaluna. We somehow live on one, which is crazy. But the burn kills us. Do knock off the leftovers on the Steela. This is probably, he tried to predict the switch there and didn't get it from us, so. And we get the rocks up for the rest of the team. Still trying to predict the switch, and it's not, Kind is just not giving it to him. Again, this is definitely just a chancey switch here. And Kind predicts it straight off the bat and goes straight into Chestnut here. And he T-waves, paralyzing us. I mean, the speed doesn't matter too much on Chestnut. Mega Chestnut drops to like 46 speed. Celesteela comes in, takes the chips damage. Tries to Leech Seed, predicting the switch. Leech Seeds again. Bro, just Air Slash. And it doesn't, still doesn't kill, but we are parried. Oh no. And Kind just switches that time. And Volt Switch kills the Celesteela. And last up is Hydreigon. Got Baxcalibur for a save. Baxcalibur's probably slower, is my bet. There is an Earth Power from the Hydreigon. And Jolteon comes in with Alluring Voice and kills the Hydreigon. Was that Life Orb? No, you just took chip from rocks there. So, pretty good battle from Kind. Bro killed it with just Allure, like, just great sets. That Live by 1 was clutch from Ursaluna to kill the Ogerpon. Although I don't see how Ogerpon could win this. So, for Shaylin 05. So, Kind came in clutch. We won 4-3. So, shout out to Glowking Battle Colosseum. Can look at the standings here right now. So, Clodsire Premier League is on top as they went 6-1. And we are currently sitting at 5th. So, top 8 go to the playoffs of the 14. We're sitting at 4-3, so +1. And we had a +1 KD as well. So, cutting it pretty close there. There was a chance that we were negative. This team was negative. 29 kills and 36 deaths. Which I find might be backwards. If they went 4-3. Because that means in 7 battles, they averaged almost 6 deaths a battle. So either they had some crazy ties against draft through time or something, where they died on like recoil damage or something. Like, look at this. Like, draft through time had 2 players that 6-1'd their team. Actually, we could just look. Let's see. Let's Control F for DTT. So we got A1, Eyes of Ender. Those are, so they are the only two that won, it says. Although they could have played battles if they're draws. No. 5-6. 5-6, 5-6, 5-6. There has to be farther down. 3-6. I don't know how that works. Because that is 4 losses, right? Because we saw 2 down here. Oh, Rathmon went 6-3. So 6-1, 6-1, and 6-3 would be 13 for them. That I'm focusing too much on this. Just some crazy KDs. So we will be back next week. I do battle this week. Who do we play? Here's the matchups. We are playing the draft-based battle league, whose captain is Cygnus. As you can see, me and Kind are the captain for the Pokeball Factory League. So I'm Team 1. I am playing Flygon this week, who has a crazy team. But here's all the matchups. I've played Flygon a few times. In a Gen 7 and Gen 8 leagues. So that was pretty cool. But here's our matchups. Newcomers this week are me and Brody. We do have another teammate. He just is not able to play this week or last week. But he will be here next week for us. But we are hoping to pull out another win. So just want to say thanks for watching. Have a good night. Or a good day, whatever time you're watching this. Shout out to everyone. And we'll be back next week. See ya.